Hello, everyone. Dr. Victoria Skirbo here, speaking to you from the Seeds of Transformation Healing Center in Wareham, Massachusetts. It's time for Taroscopes. This will be the Taroscopes for the sign of Scorpio. That's Scorpio Sun, Moon, and or Rising. And before we get to the tarot reading, this is for April 2023. Let's take a little bit of a look at the astrology. Now, last month in March, we had two major shifts in energy. One was Saturn, the planet of testing. Saturn bears stress testing on things. Like it's like, does this still work? Does it not work? And it moved into Pisces. Now, Pisces is a fellow water sign. So, and the energy of the Saturn in Pisces to your planets in Scorpio is a trine energy, and trine energies support, and so there's a while it's still a testing vibration, because Saturn in Pisces tests our beliefs, it tests our dreams. It's a more supportive energy for the water signs than especially Scorpio, sorry, because it has been in Aquarius, right? It was in Aquarius, and Aquarius squares your Scorpio planets. So there was a lot more crisis. Now the crisis when it comes to Saturn is mostly over. And so Saturn works as a support to help support the changes that you had to make through the last, say, 2.5 years when Saturn was in Aquarius. So that's good. And then we had Pluto, which is temporarily moving into Aquarius. It's only going to be there to the 11th of June. It moved in on the 23rd, I believe it was, of March. And Aquarius is a fixed sign, just as Scorpio is. So it's squaring your Scorpio. And it's a last quarter. Is it a last quarter? Let's see. If it's squaring your Scorpio, I guess it depends on what planet it's squaring. It is a first quarter Christ in action square. So you're going to feel the need to take action on fair distribution of resources. Those are some of the themes with this. How do we set that up? You know, issues of debt, which is always an issue with Scorpio, as Scorpio rules debt and indebtedness, both karmically and otherwise. So Pluto being in Aquarius is going to give us a little bit of a taste of what the next 20 years might hold for us. And for you guys, especially those people at the very, very beginning of Scorpio, you're going to be feeling the pressure of Pluto. But of course, Pluto is a slow mover, and so it's not sudden pressure like we get with Uranus, but it reaches ahead. It's like Pluto is like the pimple that finally makes it to the skin, and then when it's finally there and it's raw and it's painful, we have an option to release the tension, and that's kind of what's going on with the relationship between Aquarius and Scorpio, as Pluto, which is ruled by Scorpio. Pluto rules Scorpio. So Pluto and Scorpio are kind of a similar, if not an energy that you're used to, right? And then, but Aquarius is different. Aquarius is more Uranian, so it's like that. So we have slow and steady and right. So you're going to have that experience as well. I don't know if I'm being clear on that, but that's sort of how it's coming through. We also have, I think Pluto is direct the whole month, and it goes retrograde at the beginning of, so your ruling planet is moving forward, but it's very slow. Pluto hardly moves this month, and so it's sort of sitting there around that first degree. And then at the beginning of May 1st, actually, it goes retrograde. And then, so it's only going to go as far as it's going to go forward, Pluto is, to the end of this month. And then it starts to go back over the areas that it initially came in to, that it's initially gone over. So it's going to be interesting because April is going to really give us a flavor of Pluto as it moves forward. And then March is going to give us, May is going to give us a flavor of Pluto as it moves backwards. And then in June, it goes back into Capricorn, and we have to go back to the Capricorn issues, which there are plenty of issues. But we have a couple of years to work that out. So things aren't going to quiet down anytime soon. But of course, you're a Scorpio, so why would they? Have they ever, right? Have they ever? So let's see, what else do I want to mention? We have another new moon in Aries. We had a new moon in Aries on I think it was the 21st. At 1 degree of Aries. Now in April, on the 20th, we have a new moon in Aries. It's at the last degree of Aries. And it's a solar eclipse. So eclipse season begins towards the end of April. We also have a full moon in Libra. That is the sign before Scorpio. And so that full moon illuminates your 12th house, perhaps how you undo yourself, or perhaps some messages from spirit can come with that, with the sun being in your 6th house. So you may get some messages around your health. And I think that's all I want to say. If you really want to know what's happening in the month of April astrologically, you can check out my astrology and Kabbalah of April that will come out. If it's not out when this comes out, it's going to be out shortly thereafter. So if you want to get the skinny on the actual astrology and the charts and the like, you can check that out. So today I'm going to use the fountain deck to do the reading, and we'll see what's coming up for Scorpio this month. Okay. And then after I do this, we're going to use I've been using a single oracle deck for all the signs this month, and that'll be the Starseed deck. But let's see what the fountain deck. What do you want Scorpio to know? Spirit, what do you want Scorpio to know this month of April? April tends to be a rather hysterically, perhaps, a time of shocks and the like. There's a lot of, it seems to be a lot of and maybe because it's an Aries energy for the most part in April, without that energy of Pisces sort of softening it up. There's this pure Aryan sort of energy, and that can be kind of warlike. So we may see increases in that. All right, let's see what the cards say. Ooh, we have the Fool. We have the leap of faith. So you are in the process, or you are taking, or you are being forced to take a leap of faith. This is jumping into the void, not really being sure what that's going to mean for you, but knowing that it's time for you to take the chance, take the leap of faith, as it were. What challenge is that? We have the Page of Swords as a challenge. Page of Swords is a challenge to the Fool. Now, this may sound like a strange thing to say to a Scorpio, because I think it's something you know. But what I'm going to say is that not everybody is as well intended as you in this situation. So just be aware of that. Let's see what's underneath. Strength. So this leap of faith is not necessarily a negative thing for you. I feel like it comes from a place of strength. It comes from a place of wanting to do things differently, wanting to feel more in control, dare I say, of your passions, Okay, let's see what's in the past. We have an opportunity for a new project in the past. Well, that's very nice. I always like the Ace of Pentacles. The Ace of Pentacles is potential, and it's not guaranteed that you're going to manifest the potential, because it's Earth, so you have to work it. It's not just about having it. Like the Ace of Wands and the Ace of Cups is like, the Ace of Wands is like, oh, like an idea, like it's like, here it is. This is like the fire, and the fire that's going to guide you to your destiny, right? And then the Ace of Cups is like all this like energy and love and pouring down from heaven. And so it's receptive in that way, or it's like it can be taken at that. But the Ace of Pentacles is like, all right, here's an opportunity that you're going to have to work for, because Earth is the densest form of energy, right? Let's see what's in the sky. There's going to be some argument. Some arguments out there. This is the Five of Wands is not, well, of all the fives, it's probably the nicest of the fives in the deck, but it's about like creativity and like bantering back and forth. It's almost like a melee in the old days when they would have all the knights get together and fight each other in the melee. Because there wasn't, say, a war going on or something, there wasn't another reason to fight, so they would get together and fight, like, and it's like play fighting. But it doesn't mean you couldn't get hurt. Like, you could lose an eye if you want, or a leg, or you could, but it wasn't because people were trying to hurt each other necessarily. They were trying to increase their skills. So there's this sense of there's opportunities for you to increase your skills through combativeness, right? Combativeness. Let's see what's in the immediate future. We have the Queen of Swords, so there is some sort of legal thing coming down, some decision. The Queen of Swords is has very good judgment, So there is you do need to be careful. So I'm going to take something back that I said. I talked about this being not everybody is well-intentioned. This perhaps may be, which is true anyway, because I said it and you know it because you're a Scorpio, but this can also be, you have to watch out that you don't go over a line. Perhaps that's what that means. So you can take this leap of faith, but you still have to be cautious about sort of the rules of the game, right? It's not about throwing all the rules out, but it's about working within the parameters of those rules, because you're being watched. We have the Justice card here, how it's seen from the outside. So another indication of trying to keep your balance and trying to keep things on the up and up. Your domestic situation. We have the Four of Coins here. This is about saving for a rainy day, or saving for a snowy day, or making sure that you put money aside for more difficult, or more what's the word I'm looking for? More severe times. So it is saying, be careful with your money. Remember, Scorpio is the sign associated with debt, so don't get into debt more than you can afford to pay, right? In the hopes and fears, we have the Three of Wands. This is a very creative card, and so you're hoping that this new project or this new idea is gonna pay off, right? Pay off. Let's see the okay, so we have in the outcome the Five of Swords. This is abuse of power. So you need to watch for that. And you need to watch that you don't do that. It's very important. Let's see what else comes up. We have the Knight of Wands, which is, sort of taking your show on the road. There's a proselytizing energy with this. Let's see, the Two of Coins. This is balancing the scales, balancing the budget. That comes up again. And the Ten of Swords, an ending. An ending. Let's see what's underneath this. There's a warning here. The fountain. The fountain in this deck, it's like there's usually 78 cards in a deck. This is the 79th card. And this card talks about the potential of creation out of nothingness, creation out of the void. And it's a reminder that the creative energy does not choose. You choose how you're going to utilize that energy. You choose how is this going to work for the benefit, or is this going to be something else? Like intention matters, because when you put your intention and your attention into that void energy, into that creative sort of soup, morphogenic field, you are going to create things. And so you have to you have to remember that you're responsible for the things you create. We have the Seven of Cups. This is usually an indication of some confusion, so there can be some confusion. And we have the Temperance card. So this is really a bit of a warning that whatever it is that you're jumping into now, you have to be very aware of staying in balance. This cannot be something where you're going out into extremes, because it's not going to end well. Okay. You need to be above board with this, and very and you need to come from a balanced place. So sometimes when we have these spiritual sort of awakenings, we're so dazzled that sometimes we forget to take steps. And that's something that you're being warned. Just take the steps, take it slow, even if it's like amazing and you're like, oh, take it slow and come from a balanced place. And if you come from a balanced place, this leap of faith is going to work for you. But if you come from an unbalanced place and suddenly you have power that you weren't expecting and you don't utilize it in the right way, you're going to pay for it. And of course, you know that. You know that. And it's very possible that with the Ace of Pentacles in the past, somebody offered you to support you through some project. You have to make sure that that person that's helping you and supporting you through that project is in alignment with what is true and what is right. Okay. You're not the most trusting of souls, which is okay, because you understand that you can't really trust everybody. You can trust yourself mostly, unless you're trying to teach yourself a lesson. Ultimately. All right, let's see what the Starseed says, because that was a little bit of a difficult reading. Not necessarily for me to read, but maybe for you to hear, but maybe not, because you're a Scorpio. It's not like you haven't had your share of challenges. You came in that way. You came in sort of pre-wired to deal with some of the more difficult challenges that we face as humans. When you come in as a Scorpio, you're ready. You're ready for the transformation. All right, what do the Starseeds have to say for Scorpio for the month of April? For the month of April. What does Scorpio say? Scorpio. It says, your life is a canvas. Artist manifestation, creative accountability. Well, that's interesting. Creative accountability. Let's see what this says. This is from the Starseed Oracle by Rebecca Campbell and Danielle Noel. Really nice deck. Okay. Your life is a canvas. All right, I'll hold this up so you can see it. These cards are beautiful. Let me make sure you can see it. There we go. It says, you are the artist of your life, and your life is a canvas. Take responsibility for your ability to create. Earth is known as a planet of manifestation. Your present moment is based on your past thoughts and beliefs. Your current thoughts determine your future. What kind of life do you want to create for the future? What are you being called to create? Reconnect with your manifesting power and align your thoughts, feelings, and actions with the vibration that matches them. It is never too late to start, and no experience is required. All you need is an open heart and mind and consistent daily action. If you're not sure what you'd like to create, start instead with a feeling of deep gratitude for all that's good in your life right now. State out loud what you're most thankful for. Look for the good in your life, and one thing will be certain: you will find yourself attracting more and more good experiences into your world. This card is inviting you to see your entire life as a canvas, as the picture is completely up to you. Color it with your thoughts and feelings. Create the life that you most long to live. You may also be called to be more creative in your everyday life. What have you been called to create? How can you express yourself more creatively? What are you being called to create in your life is the question. So you are jumping into the void, or from the void into a new manifestation. And you need to be very aware of intention on your behalf and on others' behalf through this period. So that's what I see, guys. You are creating your own reality. We all are. Okay, take care, everyone. Have a wonderful month. Like, subscribe. If you're interested in having a reading with me, astrology, Kabbalah, numerology, you can go on my website, theseedoftransformation.com, and check that out. I'm going to be doing a beginner's astrology class starting second week of April, if you want to join that. I think it's going to be on Thursday evening. I think Thursday. I'm debating between Wednesdays and Thursdays, but it'll be on my events page. So you can check that out on the Seed of Transformation. Go to the events page. It'll tell you the dates that's happening. It's a 6-week course done on consecutive evenings. You don't have to be in the class because you get the class. If you pay for the class, you'll get all the recordings and all the notes and stuff that come with it. It's a really good course, and it's a good sort of a re-up on what you, if you already know some astrology, like you're just getting the verbiage and stuff, it's really good review class. And there was one other thing. Oh, thank you for all the new subscribers. I know as many of you have come from Cash Peters telling you that I did a nice job on his reading. He's a very nice man, and it was real special for me. So thank you. Thank you to all the new subscribers, and thank you to my tried and true who've been with me for years. I love you all, and we're going to make it. We're going to make it. Doing it our way. Anyway, I think that's Laverne and Shirley, right? We're gonna move through this time with as much grace as we can, and a lot of humor, because that's what it's gonna take, guys. If you're not laughing, you're crying. So laugh away. And you can cry too if you want. Far be it from me, the cancer, not to tell you to cry. I was watching the midwife, call the midwife. And the whole thing, I was crying through the whole thing. I'm like, this is such a stupid. I lost all my makeup on that one, but you know, laugh, cry, do both. Take care, everyone. Namaste. I love you.